Hi, friends. Welcome back to I Have Something to Say. My name is Carnisha. If you're new here, this is our weekly lesbian agenda meeting where we talk about all things queer, all things lesbian, all things chaotic, and a lot of thoughts that I probably should have kept to myself. But now I have a microphone and way too many opinions, so here we are. We can have all these red flags, all these warning labels, all these signs, and the group chat will still say, yeah, but she's pretty. And because it's Pride, this may be the one time out of the entire year that we're going to see her. Which brings us to today's episode. We're going to be talking about lesbian red flags we ignore because she's hot. Before court officially begins, y'all already know we have to pop out the drink of the week. Today's emotional support beverage is my faves, Alani. We are going with the juicy peach flavor. When I tell you this thing tastes just like peach rings. Peach rings. If we're going to be discussing red flags, I need energy. So cheers. Cheers. Thank you. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give her a 8.7. I love Alani so much. This flavor specifically, it tastes so much like peach rings that I be getting hungry, and it defeats the purpose of me drinking the Alani. But I trust a lesbian with this drink? No. Never. Because she's ready to make bad decisions, and she probably don't care about her life because she just wants to get through the day. But I'ma still support her, and I'ma stick beside her. And now, court is in session. Somebody play me my theme music. Before I get into lesbian court, my bra strap is going to keep showing, okay? I just got this top off a shack in the middle of Hawaii, downtown, and I thought it was really cute, and I really wanted to wear it, but if I take the bra off, then my titty's going to be sagging, so... Right, don't say anything about the bra strap, then. Before we jump into this week's court cases, we do have to go over last week's rulings. If you weren't here for last week, we discussed 2 cases. Case number 1, fat but never ugly. You're guilty. You're guilty. I feel like everyone agreed with what we were saying during the trial. I feel like you just really need some self-love because I feel like there's something else missing. I really don't think it's because you big. I really don't think it's because you big. Case number 2, stem but stuck. My good sis is innocent. She is innocent. We're gonna sentence her to a summer outside. I feel like she just needs to really lock back into what the potential is out in these good streets. And it's okay because this week is a perfect week for you to tap in with the lesbian red flags, amen, before you go outside so you know what to look for. Right. Let's get into this week's court cases. This is case number 1, lost in the gay sauce. I'm 30, currently in a situationship with a 42-year-old avoidant and narcissist. I love her so much. I know we need to let go. These past 2 weeks, we don't text. Mind you, we live together. She's super secretive and she'll love bomb me, and I cave in quick. But I'm mentally drained, yet I still want to be with her. I feel like the problem, but I know I'm not. I know I'm not is in capital letters. Every step she makes is calculated, and I wonder if things will ever go back to normal, or should I walk away? I'll be vulnerable with her, tell her my trigger, and she runs around and uses them. Then my reaction is a problem. I feel like this is perfect for this week. I just feel like everything in this case. Why did you send this to me? why did you listen to how you describe her, okay? She's 42. You're 30. She's avoidant. A narcissist. Y'all live together, but y'all haven't talked in 2 weeks. She's secretive, but then love bombs. You're not the problem, but she's calculated. What are we discussing in this case? I'm gonna just go off a limb and say that she's sexy. She's gotta be. She's like, her locks have to be down to her booty crack. That's the only way I can see where you are. This lady is 12 years older than you. and you can't find nobody your age, and you know you're not the problem. You mentally drained, but you still want to be with her. You see how one and one is not adding up to two. I'll be vulnerable with her and tell her my triggers, and then she uses them against me. Why are we still telling her our triggers? This girl has got to be fine, or the coochie has got to be Niagara Falls, because like there's just something off here. We're just gonna call that a warm-up case. I'm already gonna say that you're guilty. Move on. Move out. Case number 2. Hi, Carnisha. Hi, Bookie Butt. I would just like to say I grew up in a Christian church. And in my early 20s, I discovered that I have feelings for women, but I could not express them based on my upbringing. Also, like every now and then in my teenage years too, but they had to stay suppressed. I did have a cousin to come out. She was about 8 to 10 years older than me at the time when it was found out that she was a lesbian. She got really abused by her stepfather, and they were against it. So I've suppressed it all these years. I'm currently 40 and had an interaction with somebody who was younger than me. Are these stories related? Hold on. Oh, she said she was 42. Okay. My bad. I thought we had the same court case. I was going to say dismiss. I'm currently 40 and had an interaction with somebody who was younger than me. It was kind of like, let me have one of these. And it's the first time that sex has felt good to me the way that I feel like it's supposed to feel. I just don't know what to do with these feelings now because we are friends and we cannot carry on a relationship. She is currently seeing somebody else and I kind of developed feelings. So now I'm trying to see what I should do, or what advice do you have for someone at my age to continue on, because a lot of the community out here has a problem when you say, oh, I've never been with a woman before, or I've only had one interaction. It wasn't a full out relationship. I feel different. I don't feel like, oh, I just had a good time. I feel like if I'm in love with somebody, I could explore that as far as it goes with having a relationship, because I feel like I'm grown. I pay my own bills. I can finally live out my life the way that I prefer, but I'm nervous. So what advice do you have? Thank you. My good sis, I am so happy that you have come into your truth, and more than anything, happy Pride. It's your first Pride. I feel like that's such a big deal. No matter if you're 20, 30, 40, 12, like when you realize who you are and when you can just come into that is such a beautiful thing. So happy first Pride to you, my good sis. And I'm so happy that you're here. Before, I feel like now you know, like your first lesbian breakup, that's not a regular. Like that first lesbian breakup, your heart is gonna be crushed. You gonna feel like somebody stepped on your chest. You gonna feel like somebody ran you over, and that's normal. I feel like we experience relax. I feel like we experience different loves in different points in our lives. I feel like everyone has this first true love, and I feel like that's what you're going through. And sis, I don't want to say that like y'all aren't going to be together, but being together with your first love is probably not the best thing for you. Anyways, I feel like you really now can learn what you like and what you don't like in a woman, because I do feel like sometimes those two things could be separate from what you've previously liked before. And like you said, you're grown. You pay your own bills. No one can tell you that how you feel is right or wrong. And I hope with you being 40, you're in a space in your life to where your family or your upbringing around you doesn't have that much influence or dictatorship over your life anymore. Because if you know who you are, you know what space you're in, you know what you want your future to look like and who you want it to be with, nothing else matters. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go and love this girl, love that girl. But I will tell you, it's Pride. It's your first Pride. Go outside. The girls are outside right now. The girls are outside as we speak. You know what I'm saying? The advice I have to you is to live in your truth. I hope that you are able to pop up. I hope you're able to get bent over. I hope you're able to really just explore what this point in your life looks like, because I feel like you've had such, like you said, a suppressed childhood and upbringing, that now that you know who you are, you're 40, you're in your own space. Hopefully we're not worried about nobody else. We just worried about getting these cheeks clapped. Case number 3. I would like to stay anonymous. I got you, Bookie Butt. 10 months ago, I met a girl online. I knew I wanted her as soon as I seen her profile. She is now my girlfriend, but I've never actually met her in person. Can I start over? Okay. 10 months ago, I met a girl online. I knew I wanted her as soon as I seen her profile. What does that look like? Like, what about her? It's okay. She is now my girlfriend, but I've never actually met her in person. I feel like that I know her pretty well, not as deep as I would like to, but we're both 18. Okay. We're both 18, getting ready to go to college in the fall. I chose a college where she lives in Louisiana in hopes to be around her more. I'm nervous but also excited to meet her in person and just be in her orbit. But I don't know how exactly to link with her once I touch down in her city. And even though I already asked her to be my girlfriend through text, is it crazy to ask her again in person where I can do this grand gesture and make the milestone something special? I love your content. Even though I'm a part of the younger community, I very much appreciate it. I'm learning things about myself that I never really knew. Thank you so much. Bookie Butt, come here. Mwah. Mwah. I just wanna kiss you because you're so precious. I just want to make sure that I have the facts straight before I jump into this court case. 10 months ago, you met a girl online. When you looked at her, you said, this is the one. But you've never met her. But she's your girlfriend. But you know her, but you don't know her that big. You're 18 and you're moving states to go to college to be with her in her space. But you don't know how to talk to her once you see her. Did I get that right? And you asked her to be your girlfriend via text. Okay. So your question is, you don't know how to link with her when you touch down in her city, ? And do you make a grand gesture about asking her to be your girlfriend? Those are your two questions that you have. Okay, let me just go back for a little bit, friend, because I feel like there's a lot that needs to happen before you go to this college. A lot. I feel like if y'all don't have the means to meet, y'all are both 18, I get it. Maybe finances doesn't allow y'all to meet. I don't know where you are. You said she's in Louisiana. But I hope that y'all have been like FaceTiming and y'all have been talking in a very intimate space, because for you to feel like you know her but not as deep as you would like to, I feel like that can cause a lot of pressure, not just on her but on yourself as well, to make this work, because you are moving states to go to college with her. These are huge. I never went to college. I don't know nothing about that. But these are huge financial commitments. Moving, like logistics, everything that's going to change in your life to be with this woman that you've never met before. You know what I mean? Like, what if she stinks? What if she walked kind of funny? What if her head is actually bigger than it was in a picture? You know what I'm saying? Like, then what are you going to do? You can't go back home now, you know? So I just hope that in this time from now till you go to college, that you really just lock in and you get to know this girl. I don't want you sending nothing else risky like this through a text. Do not ask this girl to be with you via text. Do not piss me off. You already did. You know? So yes, I do think you should do a very big grand gesture within your budget, because we never met this girl yet, but within your budget. But do something else besides a text message, because you done already pissed me off. This one, I need to update. When you listen to this, I want you to update me where y'all are at. Please. Immediately. Quickly. I feel like all of these court cases had something in common. Like, they are all holding on to something that I don't know if that something is really there. Of course, y'all only know like the full dynamic of y'all's relationship, but I feel like this is like the perfect segue into this week's topic. Lesbian red flags we ignore because she's hot. Because there's no way y'all can listen to these stories back and think that's the right move. She has to be hot. She has to be sexy. That's the only. I don't get it. But we're gonna break them down. Don't even worry about it. We're gonna break them down. All right. So we're gonna start with communication red flags. Slow, inconsistent texting. And I get it. Not everyone is a fast texter. That's okay. That's okay. But consistency, that's what matters. When she's texting you back to back for maybe about 2 hours, then she gets busy. Oh, she had to go to work. Cool. But when she sent you one text and then you don't hear from her until tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? The difference between busy and interested, you get me? You can reply to 3 business days to everybody else, but when you see my text, when you see Carnisha pop up on your screen, text me back in a timely fashion. But some of y'all just be like, oh, it's okay. It's not. And then the ones who never initiate communication, like you're always pulling to keep the conversation going. You're the one who's always texting first, calling first. Like, I understand you may be more of like the leader or more like you like to take initiative a little bit more, but effort should be mutual. Like, there's no reason why I should initiate every single phone call. Like, if you didn't text or call this person, do you think that they would talk to you? Gagged. I saw something and it's called breadcrumbing. Like, they will say just enough to keep you reeled in, but not enough to like be interested themselves. And I know y'all are thinking about that girl right now. Drop her. She's sexy, but she is toxic. She's toxic. Emotional red flags. Have you ever come across that girl and she's like, oh my God, this ex is crazy. Oh my God, this ex keyed my car. Oh my God, my ex is such a terrible person. There is a common denominator here. Accountability matters. If everyone is this horrible person, what are you doing? What are you doing? I cannot stand someone who constantly has like the finger to point at somebody else, but cannot say I am wrong or I did this wrong. If you have something to say bad about every one of your exes, not buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm so sorry. The emotionally unavailable. I feel like in 2026, these are the ones that you're going to see at Pride. You are going to see all of these emotionally unavailable women at Pride. They want the benefits of a relationship without being in a committed, exclusive relationship. Like, oh, we're just getting to know each other, but I'm not looking for anything serious. Oh, I just got out of a relationship with my ex and I'm really just trying to focus on me. Oh, I'm just going through therapy right now. I'm not really ready for a commitment like this. So then what are we doing? Go back inside. Sit on the sidewalk. But don't be out here if you're not ready. You know what I'm saying? And then I feel like I have some lesbian-specific red flags that I really need to bring to light. One, the community lesbian. You know, like when you go to like a party and you're at a lesbian spot and they're like, oh, that's my ex. Oh, I used to talk to her. Oh, we used to go together. Why does everybody know who you are? Why have you slept with everybody and their mama? Community lesbians, you're outside a little bit too much for TT. And I don't like that. Right. Okay, now this one, I might be a little bit guilty of. U-hauling. They move very quickly. They are love bomber, lover girl, looking at Zillow after the first kiss kind of girl. And these are the ones you got to be wary of. Me included. Even though I'm bad. Like, what's the fastest you've seen a relationship move? She's moving faster. You get me? And then, like, she's going to tell you how much she loves you. But she told the last 2 girls that, too. So what are we doing? I just want when y'all go out this Pride that y'all are equipped. That y'all have the knowledge of what's going to be out here. Because these girls are not playing. These girls are ruthless. And y'all will ignore all of these signs because she's sexy. Y'all will ignore all of these signs because you think she's hot. Y'all will ignore all of these signs because she's going to put you through the mattress. But when she hurts your feelings, do not come crying to me. Because I told you, I will say, come back to episode 4. Which one did you miss? Which one? Tell me. Tell me. Because I know I talked about it. So when you go out here to these pride events, make sure you just keep your head on a swivel, okay? Just keep your head on a swivel. That's all I ask. That's it. Now, before we wrap up this episode, we have to go ahead and switch into our therapy corner. I just want to talk about something that's been on my mind heavy this week as I was thinking about red flags, is looking a little bit inward of ourselves, and particularly attachment styles, because sometimes we don't ignore red flags because we're dumb. We ignore them because the attachment that we have created has given us this false narrative of what this relationship is supposed to look like, right? So if you haven't already found out your attachment style, I'll try to put something right here so you can figure it out. There is a quiz. I believe the attachment styles are anxious, avoidant, and secure. So anxious attachment styles, they usually need a lot of reassurance. They usually overanalyze, overthinking. They have this fear of abandonment. Some people, they may not even be attracted to this person, but they're so attracted to getting a text back that they're yearning for this thing that exists that really don't exist. You don't have a crush, you just have your notifications turned on. Those are two separate things, you know what I'm saying? But these anxious people get so attached to something so quickly that it's not even a relationship. They just want to feel something. You get me? Then you have the avoidant girlies. They usually love their independence. They pull away when things probably are getting a little bit more serious. They want connection, but they don't really want the vulnerability that comes with it, and usually sending a lot of mixed signals. Now, when you put an avoidant and an anxious together, prayers, thoughts, prayers, because y'all are really gonna need it. You begged the universe for love, then you got scared when it showed up. But once they feel secure, I feel like avoidant people do create such a safe space for love that I think it just takes it gets to a point with an anxious person and an avoidant person to really lock in with a relationship, to really have that relationship bloom. And then for all the girly pops who are secure, I haven't gotten here yet, but consistency feels normal to them. Communication is easy for them. There's no games, there's no back and forth. This is where we all are striving to be. A lot of these red flags that we talked about, they're not actually attractive. They're just familiar. They're just something that we've seen in the past, something that we've experienced before. If you spent years chasing unavailable people, that's you're obviously just going to keep going back to that. Consistency can feel weird. Maybe you're just drawn to these people who are doing you kind of dirty. But don't just settle for that girl because she's fine. Don't just settle for that girl because she got nice eyes. You know what I'm saying? There's so many other things to take into consideration in a factor when you're picking out a woman to spend the rest of your life with, and we need to stop ignoring these just because they're hot. The goal isn't to find someone perfect. The goal is to stop confusing anxiety with butterflies. Amen. All right, friends, I think that's all I have for today's episode. If you listen to this entire thing and you realize you have at least one of these red flags, let me know down in the comments below. If you've met somebody and they've had one of these red flags, comment it down below and tell me which one. If I've missed anything, but thank you for hanging out with me this week. I hope you enjoyed this week's talk. If you did enjoy it, I would love if you gave this video a like, comment, share, subscribe, and I hope to see you back next week. Please continue to send me in your confessions, your advice, anything that you need. Everyone who's watching this, if you're folding laundry, if you're at work, if you're just listening to me in your headphones, I appreciate you so entirely much. If you have a therapy corner question, please submit it. If you have a lesbian court case, please DM me. I will try to reach out and make sure to let you know that I got it. And make sure you send this to your favorite lesbian who is notorious for falling for the red flags, and then I will see y'all next week. Anyways, I had something to say. Bye. That was episode 4. 4 for the whores. Episode 4. 4 for the whores.